This was a very amazing day in the history of our lives. Everyone here is speaking from their hearts.
No, so you have to explore every avenue. You have to take advantage of this.
And there is the man who's documented it all. We're happy now. Oh yeah, we want happy people today.
Evit Pechanga. Evit Temecula. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Pechanga, and welcome to Temecula. This is our, and I say this collectively, this is our creation place. My name is Mark Macaro, and I am the tribal chairman for the Pechanga Band of Luiseño Indians. Basic of things, about being able to draw a good old, clean, ocean-based, clean breath of fresh air. This outcome would not have been possible without the steadfast support and coordination from the Temecula community and the city of Temecula. Save Our Southwest Hills, the Santa Margarita Ecological Reserve, the environmental community, nearly 150 local doctors, and of course, Supervisors Jeff Stone and Bob Buster. We thank all of you. We thank all of you for your friendship and your commitment to protecting our shared community. The proposed Liberty Quarry was one of the most contentious land issues in Riverside County's history, and perhaps the largest issue that has ever faced Temecula. Good people were on both sides of this passionate debate. But now it is time to overcome those divisions and move forward together as one community. So, it is in that spirit that we also recognize and wish to thank Granite Construction for sitting down with us in good faith and reaching this amicable and historic agreement. They did not have to accept our offer to negotiate, let alone enter into this historic agreement. But it made sense for both of us, and we respect them for that. Before anyone starts speculating that we're going to build a casino up there, which is not the case, the economy's taking a toll here. You know, one is enough. Let's take a moment to reflect on the beauty of Pechanga Mountain. Let's also not forget, LAFCO said a few years ago that building even just a few homes on that mountain would be next to impossible. Now, from our Luiseño cultural standpoint, the area holds tremendous potential to learn and recover even more of our history and our culture. There is arguably no more pristine land in the Temecula Valley than Pechanga Mountain. As I've said, our work isn't over yet. Our ancestors learned a very costly and painful lesson more than 130 years ago, when thousands of acres were taken from us because we couldn't show title. We were evicted from the village, just 2 miles right over there. Because we couldn't show title, we can only provide so much protection if we own the land. And even then, sometimes, ownership isn't enough, as we know all too well. Land can be taken from its rightful owner by our government through eminent domain. We have no idea what the future holds for county government, and we have no intention of trusting in others to preserve this sacred mountain. Which is why we intend to make Pechanga Mountain part of the Pechanga Indian Reservation, to preserve for future generations. We hope we can continue to count on you to support us in achieving that goal. That if given the best information that we have never had to divulge publicly prior to this point, the decision makers would make the right decision. And along the way, that kind of worked for a little while. But in the end, it was something different. So what we've witnessed instead is that, from our perspective, the system is broken. And not just for tribes. CEQA is seriously flawed, and it has dire limitations on protection. The real purpose is to mitigate destruction to below some arbitrary level of significance and to greenlight development. This is not the way to deal with and protect tribal sacred sites and the environment. As the legislature and the governor begin to talk about, look at, and revise CEQA, we need to draw on this Liberty Quarry experience to improve CEQA and to imbue it with real protections for sacred sites. So, this, as I said when I started, this is a good day, a very good day. And again, we want to thank you for your support and for joining us here today. We hope you have a safe and wonderful holiday season. And in our language, we say, from all of us, thank you. Now, I would like to invite Supervisor Stone, Supervisor Buster, Mayor Pro Tem Mike Nagar, if you folks would like to step up.
Happy Thanksgiving. My friends, after a 7-year roller coaster, for once and for all for our citizens, we can finally say we have closure to the Liberty Quarry issue. And I am very grateful. And I want to thank our friends, the Pechanga tribe, the Tribal Council, Mark Macaro, who I think is one of the greatest spokesmen for our Native American friends. We've been through a lot of struggles together. We hope you agree that we've been there for the tribe in the past, and we appreciate that you've been there for us today. God bless you. Congratulations to the tribe on gaining ownership of this land that was once theirs and now returned to the rightful owners. That the northern entry to our beautiful city will remain beautiful. That our roads will not be congested with big trucks carrying gravel to San Diego, Temecula Valley. Supervisor Bob Buster. Thank you, my friend. All your years of service. I'm going to wait for Sacramento to do these fixes. We will see an agenda called Fair Score. I believe it's on Tuesday's agenda. That is going to change the way consultants are picked for projects in Riverside County.
Off our agenda. What a great present. What a, if I'm going away, it's the greatest going away gift I could have. We'll find out. No, I really want to thank Chairman Macaro, his tribal council, and all the Pechanga band for having the basic concern, not just about their culturally and significant land, their sacred land, but having the skill and the generosity to enter into what was really a locked-in, the most major controversial issue I've seen since I've been on the board, affecting more people and having such a great precedential impact to us all. So their reverence for their lands should inform all of us in the future about the importance of Riverside County's values, and those values are not only economic improvement, short and long term, but they also go to what we've heard, health impacts. They go to the environmental beauty. They go to our sense of beauty, and certainly they all intersected here with this project. I also want to thank Granite Construction too, who was willing to, as Chairman Macaro said it, in good faith, enter into these negotiations. This is the first time since I've been on the board that we've seen such a major controversy being resolved so quickly, so suddenly, so gratifyingly, in such a mature manner, and what a wise investment in the future of this area. As I say, it's also going to serve as an important precedent, I believe and I hope, in the consideration of other projects, not just those near tribal lands or on tribal lands or affecting tribal lands as we should be concerned, but also affecting other areas of the county.
I want to thank you personally and on behalf of the citizens of Temecula. Chairman Macaro, when you were taking the podium here just a minute ago, I felt the spirit of that mountain. It was all around you. It was coming out of your mouth. And while I always knew it was there, a moment ago I got it. I got it. how much it meant to you and how deep it ran into the culture of the Pechanga Nation. And I want to thank you, your entire tribe, for letting us, the citizens of Temecula, partake in your religious culture and being able to share in it. We as a community are wholesomely enriched by that experience. And I think that's going to change us forever from this day forward. Being able to stand here and participate in that. And this victory is just a magnificent experience, and it needs to be commemorated. As you know, and as you've seen here in the community, in particular when we've built our new city hall, our new convention center, our civic center, one of the important parts of it was to always preserve the historic culture of this region. And so we had to build it around the very fact that this was Pechanga territory, that this was your nation here, and that there was a rich cultural history. But I think moving forward today, we need to commemorate it even further. And I think that this day is such a grand day that we need to find a permanent place in City Hall to recognize this day. If you would perhaps bring us a copy of the contract, pictures, photos, whatever you think is important, and we're going to put it on display permanently if my council agrees, and I just can't imagine them not agreeing. This day permanently and forever. And I want you to imagine something. As I was talking to Butch before the ceremonies here began, and he had said something. He said, you know, I said, if you go back or if you move forward 20, 30, 40 years from now, you're going to look back to this day and find that paying $20 million is chicken feed when you look at what we got in return. And then Butch's response was, we did it for the children. And I think we have to be able to communicate not only to the children of the Pechanga Nation, but also to the children of Temecula, what occurred, the fight that entailed, how the community came together, and how it was ultimately resolved, and how we had to overcome what we have called, unfortunately, poor government in the process. Government, in this case, as the chairman said, failed us. And it's going to have to cause us to relook at how we view government. So we're behind you, and I think we'll never look at that mountain the same here on in forever. Congratulations to you and the tribe.